Imagine being born without a brain and still surviving longer than empires. Far below the glitter of waves, where sunlight dissolves into blue silence, something drifts. It has no bones to break, no heart to stop, no brain to panic. Just a trembling bell of living glass, pulsing slowly like a thought that never quite formed. A jellyfish. It moves the way clouds move. Not because it wants to go somewhere, wanting requires a brain, but because the ocean breathes and it follows. And somehow, this creature has been here longer than almost anything you know. Long before trees learned how to grow tall, before dinosaurs thundered across continents, before mountains finished rising from the sea floor. Jellyfish were already drifting through the oceans nearly 500 million years ago. Think about that for a moment. Whole civilizations of animals appeared, dominated the planet, and vanished into fossils. While these transparent ghosts just kept floating, you might imagine that something so ancient must be complicated, some deep evolutionary masterpiece. But when you look closer, you realize the opposite. A jellyfish is almost nothing. No brain, no blood, no lungs, no bones, no heart. Its body is about 95% water. If you put one in the sun, it can practically disappear into a puddle. And yet, this almost nothing hunts. Dangling beneath that glassy dome are hundreds of threads, tentacles so delicate they look like silk drifting in water. But each thread is armed with microscopic harpoons called nematocysts. Thousands of them, millions. Each one coiled like a spring-loaded needle waiting for a touch. A tiny fish brushes past. In less than a millionth of a second, those harpoons explode outward, injecting venom. Faster than a bullet leaving a gun. Faster than a human blink could ever catch. The fish never even knew danger existed. The jellyfish, still without a brain, simply pulls the stunned prey toward its mouth, if you can even call it that. Because the same hole it eats through, it also uses to release waste. One opening, one purpose at a time, elegant in its simplicity. But the strangest part of the jellyfish story isn't how it lives. It's how it refuses to die. Somewhere in the ocean drifts a species called the Turritopsis dorni. At first, it lives a normal jellyfish life. It grows from a tiny larva into a floating adult. It drifts, it hunts, it ages. Then something unusual happens. When it becomes injured, or old, or stressed, instead of dying, it begins to collapse. Its tentacles shrink. Its bell folds inward. The jellyfish sinks to the ocean floor like a crumpled umbrella. You would think that is the end. But inside its cells, something extraordinary begins. They change their identity. Adult cells rewind themselves back into younger forms, like actors stepping out of their costumes and choosing entirely new roles. Muscle cells become stem cells. Nerve cells become something else. And slowly, the collapsed jellyfish transforms back into a tiny polyp, the earliest stage of its life. A biological reset. It grows again, becomes a jellyfish again, lives again. In theory, this cycle could repeat forever. Not immortal in the sense of never being harmed. Fish still eat them, currents still tear them apart. But immortal in the sense that aging itself cannot kill them. A creature without a brain accidentally discovered something humans spend billions trying to achieve. The defeat of time. And here's another strange thing. Sometimes the ocean gathers jellyfish into enormous blooms, millions of them drifting together like living galaxies. They clog power plants, stop ships, turn entire coastlines into shimmering walls of stinging glass. But no one commanded them. No leader organized them. No intelligence planned it. It just happens because jellyfish live by rules older than thought. Currents move, temperatures change, Plankton multiplies, and suddenly the sea fills with these ancient beings again, as if the ocean itself decided to grow a pulse. Sometimes, when scientists watch them, they say it feels like looking at time before brains existed, life before ambition, before strategy, before consciousness, just movement, just survival, just a rhythm older than memory. And if you ever float in the ocean at night, far from shore, and the water glows with blue sparks when you move, there's a good chance you are swimming through thousands of jellyfish, each one lighting the sea with bioluminescent flashes, silent, boneless, almost invisible, creatures that survived 500 million years, not by becoming smarter, stronger, or faster, but by becoming simpler than almost everything else.